Right, what are we going to do today? I wanted to do a quick stream so I can advance this playthrough a bit, so I can do some more building. Hey Patrick, thanks for joining me, mate. Yeah, so what's happened since I last streamed Fallout 4? I've done some building in Abernathy Farm. I think I built a fucking plant or something in Sunshine Tidings Co-op. We now have Covenant, Taffington Boathouse opened up, but I've done fuck all there. Ten Pines Buff. After I executed everybody there, surprise, surprise, happiness took a little bit of a blow. Death Fingers, hey mate, how you doing? Yeah, I did a bit of research and fucking surprisingly, your settlers get a bit pissed off when you execute all of them. So I'm actually... Is this stream alright? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me alright? I just got a massive timeout on Twitch for some reason. Anyway, yeah, it turns out I'm if that place is going to be a success, I'm actually going to have to execute people sort of regularly, but at sort of long periods. Yeah, maybe it's... I've heard lots of stories about Twitch being a bit fucky recently. I know some people have been routing via Europe, or going to some other Twitch servers. People in the UK, that is, because they're having problems. But shit, we'll see how it goes. Bone Money, thank you for joining me, mate. Here we go. It's gone weird on my monitor again. You guys can just give me a shout out. If you guys can just give me a shout out in the Twitch stream if we lose picture too badly. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it's just an isolated thing. I'll go and shout at my flatmate and tell him to stop downloading so much animal porn. We'll see how it goes. Huh? Anyway, yeah, I think the secret with the Freedom Camp is I'm going to let it completely fill up and then wipe the lot of them out, liberate them, and then so I don't have to kill them quite so often, because otherwise the happiness tanked. I mean, it tanked down to something like 30% at one point, which isn't good, which means that people might leave by their own accord. So I'm going to let them get their happiness up to about 80%. YOLO, thanks for popping by, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna let the happiness get up to about 80%, and then I'm gonna... I was about to say cull them. That's not the most politically correct way to put it, but you get my drift. Anyway, I've got my war face on tonight. If we're going to expand this, I need to do some exploring and unlock some more bases. And this is going to be a bit hit or miss, because there's a couple of bases down here I want to open up, and one of them is going to be a doddle. The other one has a bunch of fucking robots there, and they're probably going to be a tough fight. Similarly, there's a base up here which I'm going to have a go at unlocking, and there's a fucking bastard there who's got a fat man. For those of you new to Fallout 4, a fat man is a shoulder-launched nuke launcher. So he will be firing fucking nuclear bombs at me, and that is a fight that, well, if he hits you, you're fucked. I mean, unless you're like level fucking 72 with top-notch power armor, nobody survives a direct hit from a fucking fat man. So that one's going to be a bit hairy, but we're going to see how it goes. Armoured, hello mate. Thank you for watching. So yeah, there's a couple of other bases out east around here. We'll see how we do tonight regarding unlocking them. But the grand plan tonight is just to kind of show you some of the stuff I've built quickly while I'm passing through, but mainly just to get suited up with the power armor and go and unlock some bases. Some of these fights are going to be a fucking doddle. Some of them could be a fucking fiasco. Also, I'm going to bite the bullet. I've been trying to do as few quests as possible, but I'm going to bite the bullet maybe tonight, but I'm going to go in and do the quests in Concord, just because it's becoming a fucking pain to constantly walk around Concord. By avoiding doing those quests, it means I always have to box around the town, and frankly it would just be easier to go in there, do the fucking... It's one of the earliest quests, so there's no real spoilers there. Is go and do the early quests just so we can walk through it. Very much appreciated, Armoured. Well, hopefully it'll be a little less fucking around tonight and a bit more killing. We'll see. We'll see how we can do with my shit body armor. This is my body armor that I have pimped out. We will see how it goes. That is a mixture of T45 and T51, upgraded to just about as good as I can get it. And I've got no left arm. I've not managed to find any left arm armor yet. So, yeah, we're gonna have to make sure we wear some stim packs. Sorry, take some stim packs. Just so you know, for those of you unfamiliar with the game, once you get into suit of armor, you lose any bonuses from the, or should I say, when you get into power armor, you lose any bonuses from the normal armor that you're wearing. Like, all of that stuff gives me certain values, but they are neutralized when you get into power armor, and you just get the bonuses from the power armor unless they have hot pat something. Get out of the way, doggy. And but the only reason I'm changing into my armor is, oh god, don't be a stupid dog. No, she's not going to get in the way. It's just because I'm so close to capacity now with my crap that if I'm walking around in my charisma clothes, I keep being overburdened. Jerry, how you doing? Yolo just said, well, you don't argue with a nuke in your face. Even power armor can't eat that without taking a fuck ton of damage. Yeah, absolutely. I can't really remember any occasion where I've taken a fucking fat man dead hit and survived it. Yeah, very much appreciate you guys swinging by. I'm just going to over here and grab this. Two things before I crack on. If anyone doesn't play Fallout 4, you can actually play it for free for one more day on Steam if you want to try it out, and it's also on offer. I know this is, well, I was going to say, I know this is going to sound like I'm promoting it. Well, I am, because I think it's a fucking great game, but I'm not getting paid to advertise it. But yeah, I think you can buy the base game for 10 quid, and you can get all of the DLCs for 23 on top of that. I would personally suggest, if you don't own it and you want to get it, buy the whole damn thing while it's on offer. The DLCs do add a lot of content. But yeah, let's quickly go and have a look at Abernathy Farm, and I'll show you what building work I've done. And then we're going to go and spread the good word to some new bases. I'll be honest, I'm more worried about the base Grey Garden than I am about the guy with the fat man, because the fight with the fat man basically, I'm just going to turn my volume down a touch. Yeah, the fight with the fat man is pretty much, if he fucking hits you, you're fucked. No two ways about it. If he misses you, the fat man will fly past your head and eventually you can take him out. But if he hits you, you're fucked. So that's an all or nothing scenario. I'm more actually concerned about the fuckers down at Grey Garden, because I think there's something like 8 fucking Mr. Handies. And on a good day, Mr. Handies can put up quite a fight. And most of my weaponry... Well, let's see what I got. Yeah, I mean, this is... You know, this is great against humanoids. Rapid fire. It's not exactly a one-shot, one-kill weapon. It's just not that great. I got my shotgun, which is fucking super nice. This is the Gender Equalizer Mark II. Literally. As that was named by someone watching the stream. And then I got my sniper rifle. So I'm kind of all set up for sniping and very close quarters work, but I don't really want to close the distance against 8 Mr. Handies that have fucking flamethrowers and melee weapons. So we're just going to have to see how that works. But this is the new... I haven't named this brothel yet, but this is the new Abernathy farm build. And as you can see, I just basically tried to imitate what was already there and build upwards and outwards. Used a few metal supports to make it look like it might actually work. Let's go and take a quick look inside. Yeah, it's got a bit of defence. Beds around here. The bar area, which is... I've tried to keep it all sort of in keeping with Abernathy Farm. I just literally just wanted to take the design of Abernathy Farm and build upwards and outwards so that it looked like something that was legit from the game. There you go, got any amenities there. Let's go on the roof. These fucking things are a godsend. They basically take away your rads, and yeah, playing in survival mode, whenever you take rad away or radex, it makes you fucking hungry and thirsty and debuffs you and fucking everything. So being able to just casually walk through a fucking device and de-irradiate yourself is kind of fucking tidy. And yeah, I'm sure the health and safety executive will have words with me at some point and complain about the lack of safety rails there. But fuck it, these guys are hardcore, they don't mind. So I'm going to take a thoughtful vape and decide which one I'm going to go and take next. I've got a big map up on my second screen. I think I'm going to go straight down to Grey Garden and Oberland Station. Oberland Station, I'll just take those guys out. Grey Garden, well, I'll put my best running away pants on. We'll do a little bit of sniping, see what I can do from a distance, and we'll know pretty quickly if they're going to run up the hill and fist fuck me. So we'll yeah, unlock Oberland, and then we will do some scout reconnaissance on Grey Garden, which might well be me firing a couple of shots and then running to the fucking hills. YOLO just said definitely worth it. This game, the amount of adventures that you go through, the lols, the horrors, the loot, the lore, everything. Yeah, totally agree. I totally agree, mate. Yeah, especially with the DL. I know there's like a lot of controversy about the DLCs, and you know, people would have preferred 4 storied DLCs rather than 2 storied, well, 2 or 3 depending on how you look at it, and other stuff. But I think this game with all the DLCs will keep you going for, well, conservatively a couple of 100 hours. If you get the Fallout bug, fuck me, you will. Yeah, if you get the Fallout bug, you'll be racking up. You'll be racking up like over 1,000 hours. I know a lot of people who've done way over 1,000 hours on every game. I think Patrick's on over 1,000 hours. Yellow said, "Oh, that's a nice build. The Abernathy sure must be. The Abernathys must be enjoying all of them upgrades." Well, we could go and ask them. I think they're lying dead in a ditch up there. Yeah, diplomacy failed on this front. I'm afraid I'm trying on principle to do as few quests as possible. So the quickest way to secure Abernathy Farm was to kill everybody. I'm not proud of that, but needs must as the devil drives. So I think Abernathy Farm, he says, cheating and looking at a map, is around there. Patrick said, "You mentioned me, son." Yeah, I was just saying about how many hours if you get the Fallout 4 bug, how many hours you'll rack up. And I think you're 1,000 hours, aren't you, Patrick? Yeah, I'm quite pleased to see that from down here. I'm quite pleased with that because I have a bit of a tendency to build incredibly functional bases, which, whilst being statistically great, aren't necessarily too pretty. So the Abernathy Farm one worked out quite nicely because it looks just like Abernathy Farm but with more floors and more going on. I'm quite happy with Sanctuary, which looks like a castle. I quite like my Starlight Driving build as well. Haven't really done much else actually. I like Red Rocket. I like my Red Rocket build functionally, but it does act, I don't know, it just reminds me of a fucking office block in Slough or something. Do you know what I mean? It just does. At night it lights up nicely, as somebody, is it Manny observed, it looks pretty at night. But during the day it just looks like fucking offices. Looks like somewhere you get sent on a temp job or something. Which, yeah, perhaps that might need a bit of a rebuild to make it a little bit more brothel-like. But yeah, we'll see how it goes because that's pretty near the build cap. Right, I'm going to start paying attention now because... Where am I? Right, I'm near Walden's Pond. Patrick says some have way more than me, though. I built up a shameless amount of hours on New Vegas, I have to say. Although, sadly, Fallout 3, I think I said this last time, but I bought it, I think I actually bought the disc. And it wasn't linked to my Steam account, so I don't have a record of the hours. Right, this is ringing a bell. Yoli says I'm trying to not choke myself right now. What about my Red Rocket? About my Red Rocket comments? It was weird. It just occurred to me. It does look like fucking office block. I should go onto Nexus mods and see if I can get some mods so I can put in like a photocopier and a fucking coffee machine. Right, we've got a trader here. I'm tempted to take those bones, but fuck it, they'll be here when I come back. Right. I'm getting bad flashbacks here. There's a gunner... Yeah, there's a fucking gunner base above me. I don't really want to run out of steam before I get time on target. When I get down there, sorry about there's some pizza bike I think going up and down the road outside. If you can hear weird noises. Yeah, I want to try and stay out of combat for no other reason, and I don't want to get fucked up. Who the fuck can see me? I don't want to get fucked up, out of ammo, busted power armor.
Hey.
Yeah, they got me. And then by the time I've got down to Grey Garden, be too fucked up for the fight. I can't. Oh. Sorry, man. Ragstag meat is fucking premium because of the bonuses it gives you. Oh yeah, I spammed up the helmet here, so I get a little bit of will do. You know, I'm gonna let him go. I think I might build a couple of traps back at the base, and you'll get to see how the traps work. Because I need a regular supply of ragstag meat because of the carry weight buff. There's some fucking nonsense here. I know there's some fucking serious feral ghouls around here somewhere. Fuck, Yogwai. Okay, that hurt. See what state we're in. Yeah, left arm's fucked up as to be expected. Oh, let's have a bit of fruit. That'll sort all the problems out. Fruit and a glass of water. What more could anyone possibly need? Those monkey dolls creep me the fuck out. Ooh, red dress. I know, I shouldn't be getting that excited about a fucking dress, but you know, the girls need it. Right, I'm gonna have a quickly save here. Be careful, anyone new to the game, be careful. Be careful when you're getting in and out of power armor, and when you're using computers, or when you go to use a computer, because there is a loading bug in it. I think I mentioned it before. The best thing you can do is just window out of the game, wait a second and window back, and sometimes it clears itself. But if you get stuck, it's a fucking ball ache. What do we got? What's my weight? Yeah, I've got the advanced scrapper perk now, so I'll be getting nicer stuff from scrapping weapons, which will be a bonus. Ooh. Yeah, I know I am fucking obsessed with ragstags. It's just I'm such a fucking loot whore. I'm such a loot whore. I'm always overburdening myself, and the ragstag meat lets me carry an extra 35 pounds, 25 or 35 pounds of crap. So it's pretty much, for someone who is scrapping and loot crazy, it is pretty much your crack. And I'm not going to be able to find the other fucking ragstag, am I? Okay. But yeah, it is the definitive crack for loot mongers. So, this is Grey Garden. And these... What have we got? This is definitely one of these... definitely one of these moments where you go, oh, fuck, I wish I had that perk. Where is it? Awareness. Yeah. I wish I had that perk now so I could see their strengths and their weaknesses. But I don't. So I'm going to quickly go down into their base. I don't want to pick up their quest, because if I pick up their quest... Well, I don't want to do their quest. So it's as simple as that. Yeah, they're... Wow. So at the moment, it looks like I can't even one-shot stealth attack them, which is not great. Let's go down and visit some more neighbours down here. Manny! How you doing, mate? I was just discussing actually how my red rocket build, and how you commented that it does look alright at night when it's all lit up. But I did observe that during the day it just looks like a fucking office block. In fact, it reminded me a little bit of The Office, the TV series. Right, there's some dog. I bet you there's some fucking dogs here. Yeah, those robots worry me at my level. At my level, with my selection of weapons, that's going to be a fucking tough fight. What I might try is taking a fuck ton of drugs and just wailing in and see how that works, and then piling on more drugs and medicine and just see if I can survive that way. Unfortunately though, they're going to be tough. I might have to engage them, and shit, my health's still fucking low. I might have to engage them and then run away, heal up, go back in for a second pass. Right, how are we doing for cores? Yeah, we should be alright-ish if we're quick. Anyway, let's go and say hello to the neighbours. Hello, neighbours. Can I borrow a cup of sugar? Right, what stuff have they got? Why is it saying I'm stealing it? It's my base. Right, we've got a new base. Good that they've yeah, I mean, when you're playing this game, don't do what I just did. I am pointedly avoiding doing quests, and I'm just seeing if I can pimp my way to success. But yeah, don't fucking do this. When you're playing the game, you want to speak to people, get the quests from them, and they'll all be a surprise to you because you're probably not going to see me do them. But yeah, the whole mentality of if it's red, it's dead is definitely not for this game. And you want to... I mean, as a general rule in life, don't play video games like me. That's possibly the best bit of advice that I could give anybody. On the plus side, though, got to admit, that's a pretty quick way to get a base. Right, let's scrap some of this shit to lower our inventory weight. And then we're gonna sleep and have a save. And then we're gonna go and see how much we get face fucked when we try and take on Grey Garden. But I'm pretty... well... the saying, the only thing I'm confident about is that I'm not confident. I have a feeling they're going to turn around and absolutely fucking annihilate us. Still. Ooh, I picked up a stealth boy. That might become integral to the plan later. Yeah, when I would really love to later, when I get up a few levels, I would really like to put a few points in carry weight and strength and all that shit, because I got to admit, because I've gone for this complete charisma pimp build, I'm suffering a lot because every time I'm basically trying to sell water in my base, or I'm getting out my power armor, I'm over encumbered. Manny just says 21. I tried to play PC, but my left hand always starts to hurt and fall asleep. Any tips? I can't work out you being serious or not. Are you serious? I think you're being serious because are you new to PC? Because I would say serious, right? If you're being serious, I'll give you a serious answer. It's all you can do is practice. Just gonna sleep. Absolutely. What it is because I had the same thing. I never played console like at all. Completely skipped out several console releases and then just bought an Xbox and a PlayStation. And then when I started using the controller to play The Division, I would get very serious fatigue in my hands, like real clenched hands. And after one particular session where I played all day, I even noticed that my hands were slightly kind of puffy. And it's just literally from over tensing, because you basically what's a good way to put it, it's kind of literally the same process as someone who gets a brain injury. You kind of know exactly what you should be doing consciously. You can see the screen and you know what you want to achieve. Your brain knows what you need to do, but you can't kind of translate it into your hands and make it happen. And that's because you're used to using a particular type of control. For me, it was, mouse and keyboard are second nature. But when I used a controller, it involves so much effort and frustration at times that you tend to tense up, grip too tight, and grip too tight and overstress. And the only thing that will beat it is practice. It's got to become unconscious. Like driving a car. When you're driving a car, you don't sort of think, now I'm going to depress my left foot, onto the clutch, and now I am going to consciously think about, using the gear stick. Eventually, it just becomes second nature. So you're actually thinking about, I want to be over there, and you just kind of unconsciously do it because the expertise has become unconscious now. It's because through repetition. and you just need to break that barrier. For me, what I found was playing. I'm going to wake up at daytime, I think. Playing the Division really helped because I was only thinking about one thing. And I was saying with Destiny 2, when I was playing Destiny 2, I just was grinding the same place over and over, because then at least I'm only thinking about one thing. You know, it's not like I'm trying to problem solve in the game and control with an unfamiliar controller. I gave myself, you know, simple tasks like grinding the same area in in Destiny 2, or just playing the Division because I know the game so well. And then that just made it simpler, and you know, I didn't really have to think about anything other than the controls. But there is, unfortunately, there's no cure other than practice. And once you get comfortable, you'll get less stressed about it, and then once you're relaxed playing, you will not get aches and pains and, you know, problems with your hands. The problems with your hands is you're exerting muscular energy whilst you're trying to control, because you're struggling to actually get your hands to do what your brain wants them to do. I would just practice a game that you're very, very familiar with, and, you know, something that you know backwards. 1 second, I'm just going to kill whatever the fuck this is. Yeah, you could do worse, but yeah, I'd love to say there was a miracle cure, but I think your best bet is just picking something that you're very familiar with, and that is a first-person shooter or a third-person shooter, and just, you know, keep doing it and keep doing it. Once you kind of crack it and master it, then the strains will go away. Regarding posture and all the rest of it, my honest advice is don't get any particularly fancy kit, but the way I try and do it is I pretty much do it like they say you should use a PC normally. Is, you know, your eyes should be, when you're sitting comfortably, your eyes should be about 1/3 down from the top of the screen. So you want to adjust your screen so that your eyeball level is about 1/3 down from the top. I personally like to have it so that if I'm sitting dead square to the screen, I can put I could drop my hands down at shoulder width apart, down where they are, and my hand is over the part of the keyboard it needs to be, and my right hand drops onto the mouse. I would avoid sitting at weird cranky angles, because if you start playing a lot on PC, you know, I've got a couple, you know, that will become a problem. I've got a couple of mates who sit fucking practically diagonally to their desk and do all sorts of weird shit with their mouse, and that might be fine for an hour or two, but if you're a heavy duty gamer, you were not going to want to sit like that for 10 hours. But good luck, mate. For what it's worth, I encountered exactly the same thing trying to adjust to console. It was incredibly hard at first, and all I can say is it gets easier. It gets easier eventually. Quite why my mouse shot up in the air there. Oh, where did you go? The good news is, though, Manny, that you will probably find what I found was that it did take a fair bit of practice, but it just clicks. Do you know what I mean? You might be having a real hard time. You might be having a real hard time, and you might think, "Oh Christ, I've been at this for weeks, and it's still going badly. This is going to take me months more." But it's not like that. It's like you know, it will be a ball ache and get slightly easier, and then one day it'll just kind of click. For me, one day I just kind of got on the Xbox, was playing The Division, and it was like, shit, this is actually, you know, the magic is starting to happen. I can actually start to do this now. My only other bit of advice is, though, keep it up, because I made the mistake of then not playing on fucking Xbone for fucking ages, and now I kind of got to relearn it again. So once it clicks and you master it, just make sure you keep your hand in, and and do keep doing it. Mate, I completely empathise with you, having just done it myself, and yeah, it's normal. It's the physical pain and all of that is literally because you may not realising it, but you'll be really tensing your hands while you're trying to control it. Right. How am I going to do this? How many are down there? At least 4. Right, am I fully loaded? I'm really hoping for a lucky legendary drop, because so far every fucking legendary I've got has been some fucky piece of armor. Well, some of them have been quite good pieces of armor, but the point is, one lucky legendary weapon drop could really up my combat game massively, because shooting with these vanilla guns is not ideal. Right, where am I going to run to? I'm going straight up that fucking hill. Fuck me, barely scratched the cunt. Scratch him at all. Right, time for some drugs. Aid. Psycho jets, water, mutt fruit. We got any Med-X? Have a ribeye steak for health. And yeah, let's... Fuck it. Shotty all the way. Don't shoot back, you bugger. Oh, and his fucking chum wants some. Okay, I won't lie, that went a lot better than expected. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the concept of that's technically ethnic cleansing of robots. I'm sure Philip K. Dick fans would probably be very upset if they found out that I just wiped out a robot base. But fuck it. I needed their stuff. Patrick says, best thing is to do is not overthink it. It'll come natural. If you want to make it easier, just use your controller. But that, of course, is the easy way out of it. Yeah, it's just that, really. Try and relax. I know it's easy to say and harder to do. Is just relax into it. Right then, I think we've stolen their base. Where's their workbench? Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think we need to get into a massive scrap-ageddon just yet. For now, I think we'll make even a fucking cloth. Cloth. Where's the cloth? Oh, come on. There's got to be some cloth here. Yeah. Asbestos. Thanks. Plastic. Fucker. Normally I'd be over the moon about fucking oil and asbestos and all the rest of it, but right. Fuck me, I've got to stop drinking energy drink when I'm streaming because it just makes my fucking stomach growl like a fucking yogwai. Fucking brilliant. So this is the one base that has all of the interesting stuff, but no fucking cloth. Oh, come on. Patrick says, if you're not sitting in a natural pose, you'll end up getting bad RSI and carpal tunnel. Luckily, through my life with PC gaming, I've yet to suffer from it. At least you don't have to clean the fucking ball from the mouse. And good luck, Manny. It'll come to you sooner or later. Yeah, well, it's... If you keep playing, it's unavoidable that it will click. But yeah, those are wise words. You don't sit in some weird position. You want to, if you read some leaflet on how to sit properly while typing, that'll be exactly the same advice as I'd give you. Just sensible seating and square onto the screen. Come on. No cloth, so no bed, so I can't fucking sleep. Thanks for fuck all. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'll decide what I'm going to do with this base, although there's kind of there's two instinctive ways that jump out at me with this base. That I've actually explored is you can actually build up there. The actual extent of this base is absolutely enormous. If you like look at the boundary's fucking down there. And it's a very high base, so you can build up there, or you can build around that, effectively build a wall around the greenhouse and then build it up and build a floor on top, so you can make that into a 2 or 3 story building. But it's occurred to me I've never actually just built there. This has got a very high ceiling, this base, so I could just build something fucking here. Like another office block. Patrick says, thanks Pat. Patrick says, no worries. Also 21 kiloton, how's that whorehouse? I've not actually touched it yet, actually, mate. I think I'm going to build out over the pond. I think with Taffington Whorehouse I will build out. I'm fucked if I'm scrapping that red dress. But yeah, I think I'm going to... It's not even going to be enough cloth. Yeah, I think I'm going to completely ignore that house, because the the doorways are just too narrow. It's like what's the name of the other base? It's like Croup Manor, which is another fucking great base. And you can build these really beautiful bases by sort of building on top of the existing house structure. But the thing is, then all of your bloody settlers all get jammed in the fucking door, and you end up in these stupid situations where you're like having to jump out of a window from the second story just to get out of the fucking building. So I tend to try and avoid that scenario. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build like a little sort of jetty out into the water. I'm going to build a jetty out into the water and actually build a standalone office block out into the water, because then I can put some big water purifiers out there as well. But yeah, I will get it. Patrick says letting me down, man. No, I will get on the case. I'll get on the case, I promise. I didn't want to go too far. Right, let's just see where we're at. Yeah, anyone unfamiliar with this game, anyone who's recently joined, Fallout 4 is on sale on Steam this weekend. It's about half price, so you can pick the game up and all of the DLCs for like under 36, for about 34 quid. But yeah, if it sounds like I'm some kind of Fallout religious acolyte, it's because I'm some kind of Fallout religious acolyte when it comes to this game. Right. But yeah, if you don't play this game, I don't suffer from fucking narcolepsy. It's just a fact on survival. The game only saves when you sleep. This isn't some kind of narcolepsy simulator where I just basically roam around the post-apocalyptical wasteland looking for a place to have a quick nap. It's just I've got to keep sleeping to save the game. Particularly because this playthrough I'm going to do some things with a high likelihood of death. Well, fortune favours the bold, so I say since I've got my power armour on, I'm going to go a little bit further in. I'm going to go and have a go at Hangman's Alley. Yeah, let's fucking do this. I'm a bit worried that I've got very little. I'm down to my last core. If you look at the bottom right hand screen, you'll see a big dial and a little dial. The little dial that says core, that is how much juice I've got left in this power armour. When it hits 0, I'm fucked. Basically, I will only be able to move at a walking pace, and all my VAT systems will go down. So I want to get in here. Fuck me, am I being too ambitious? Fuck it, it will be exciting either way. I've got to get in here, unlock Hangman's Alley, and get home. I'm never going to do it, am I? I've got one core. What do you think, Patrick? Yeah, if I run out of juice, I'm looking at abandoning this power armor and having to come back. Fuck it, let's see what happens. Something will happen. Worst case scenario is I will unlock Hangman's Alley and I will abandon. If I have to abandon the power armor, I'll get to Diamond City and go and get to Diamond City and go and buy some power armor. So go and buy a fusion core. Patrick says you're fucked, dude. No, you're welcome, Patrick. It's I got up and I just thought, shit, be nice to do a boss run, and thought you might be interested in coming along. It's... Ooh, drugs. Bottle caps. Right, we have a bed. Sorry, my dear. Yeah, I thought you might be interested in coming along, because it's a nice... Yeah, it's a nice way to pootle around and potentially get some good loot. I generally always get one exotic. If you do the whole boss run, I suppose, yeah, it's by far from guaranteed, but it's not a bad way to get reasonable loot, because, you know, even if you only get an exotic 1/3 of the time, you know, you can do that boss run in an hour or so, and that's 6 Lex runs, and in 6 Lex runs, you know, you're unlikely to get much by way of loot. Most of it will be gold stuff that you just shred, not to mention a little bit of your soul dies every time we do Lexington. Right, I can hear gunplay. Diamond City is down there in the city. Let's just say that's quite heavy gunfire. Nothing good is going to come from that. I don't know who the fuck's involved, but who are those guys? Oh god, Children of Atom are just fucking loons. And those guns are radiation weapons. They're not fun.
Another soul. What?
Okay, not brilliant. Got to close the distance on these cunts. Shit, out of ammo. Shit, what the fuck are they? Oh god, brilliant. Fucking more bad guys. Yeah, this gun is not going to do it. Right, out of fucking ammo. Right, I've got those Children of Atoms are pretty tough, but yeah, I've got power armor on with pretty decent rad resistance. However, gunners are going to be fine. Ballistic weapons. Oh no, they've got picked up those. Fuck me, they're fucking hurting me. Now, God almighty, this is not what I was looking at. Right, there's a good way and a bad way to do that. Pretty sure that was the bad way. How much? Ooh. I wouldn't normally take all the fucking shit, but I'm going to a base where I can immediately scrap it. Patrick says, thanks for the caddy. Only got 3 left to go. I'm assuming you mean exotics. But I love my MDR you gave me. I was fucking them up. Oh, I'm glad you like it, mate. The MDR's great, and because I was running Firecrest as well, that just worked brilliantly because you get 18% extra damage with the MDR on targets afflicted by a status effect, and so I was setting them on fire and then you were hitting them like a truck, and that just worked perfectly. Soul Reaper, hey mate, first time here, how's your day going? It's better now. I've just killed these guys who were trying to ruin my day, but it's all worked out well in the end. I'm missing a couple of corpses. Where are the guys I didn't loot? Right, I got one there, one there, one there. Toy alien. Yeah, so Reaper, so far we're on a roll. It's actually gone a lot better than I imagined, and I'm not going to go in there because I'm pretty sure there's ghouls. But no, I'm really glad you got that MDR, Patrick. It's one of those weapons where, you know, everyone needs an MDR, needs to try it out, for particularly in PvE. I do really like it. It's just a satisfying weapon to use, really. And yeah, if there's a status effect up on the target, no pun intended, as I've just picked up a truck, but it hits like a truck. Right, I am going to get rid of some rats. Soul Reaper says, glad to hear. Thank you, mate. Hey, pardon. I am... trying to get down here without dying. I'm going to see if I can equip that. I think I've got a pretty decent automatic laser pistol. No, thank you. Combat rifle. That's probably going to come in handy, as I have fuck all ammo. Thank you, Soul Reaper. I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate.